For once, the Weather Bureau correctly prognosticated the storm surf. A pot of gold is waiting for anyone crazy enough to meet the challenge. Twice in the past 10 years, an enormous wall rose out of the sea about a mile out from Banzai PipeLine. Naturally, no one had ever ridden the thing. It'd be sure suicide. Chemo and Butch thought it was a bad dream. Chemo's group had 21% fewer dings. Sue was trying to patch Rick's trunks. Then Greg Noll arrived with his board. But if
we get out?
It's all of a sudden. I don't know if we're going to make it past that shore break or not.
Come on, let's try it.
I think we can get out if we get over here. See, I still think the best bet would be get somebody up on the hill squatting for us and then wait, right for a good roll and then go, huh?
Okay, I'm ready.
Just look at the set coming outside. Take a look at the size of that thing. 25. Close to it. Hey, here comes Sting. Maybe he's going to go out with us. What do you think?
Mike? Hey, you want to go?
Come on.
Come on.
You ready?
Yeah.
All right.
a couple of Malahinis couldn't believe anyone was crazy enough to try and ride this place. Watching Mike wax up, one of them said, "Hey, Jack, what are those guys putting on their boards?" "I don't know." Rick lost the toss and had the dubious honor to be the first one to try to get out. It looked impossible, but there had to be a channel. Finally, there was a slight lull and Ricky launched. He had plotted a course of attack, but within the first 50 feet, the cross current was taking him off course. Greg and Mike waited for the inevitable. Paddling hard, Rick plowed over the first wave just in time. Frenchie tried to reassure Sue, but the inevitable happened. Not once, but 4 times. Correction. That makes 5 inevitables. Ricky is the most determined surfer I've ever known. His reaction is curiosity, not fear. Greg and Stang moved down a newly formed sandbar to a more advantageous launch spot. 2 days ago, they'd been surfing over the exact spot where they're now walking. Outside, Rick looks down the vertical drop and pulls back. His board follows. Inside, Greg and Stang launch. They picked their course and railroaded for it. Charlie Galento couldn't stand the suspense. He joined them. Stang climbed up, took one look, and fainted. Charlie Galento tested the inside reef. Hanging high in the wave, he blazed a trail across the flat section, never knowing when or where the bottom would suddenly drop out. Feeling his way across the endless wall, he felt a surge upward. He tried to climb, but the wall was getting steep. Desperately, he lunged for the top. As it turned out, it was a very wise decision. Galento's stock jumped up 10 points. Stang was testing the shoulder. Then Rick gambles a do-or-die drive right down the heart of the wave. Rick works his way back high on the wall, but one glance tells him pulling out would be disastrous. Another killer wave close behind leaves him no choice but to ride it out. Rick makes an island pull-out and races back outside in time to see Charlie Galento screaming across the top of a hairy wall. Charlie powers over just in time. There is no question Charlie has guts, but storm surf with the force of an atomic bomb makes the odds a little uneven. Rick, confident from his first ride, calmly drops into an even larger wave. If any awards are given out for keeping a cool head, Rick should get it. Watch as he calmly trims his board just inches ahead of the giant curl. Suddenly the wave plays out and Rick is left to face the menacing shore break. He calmly waits until the last possible second and tries to plow over. Couldn't make it. Galento literally fights his way over the top of another monster. Rick, happy to be alive, makes a quick change in the poor man's Waldorf Hilton. Zippers can really hang you up. Galento decides to hang it up. A whole wave closed out behind him. It's a long swim for Galento and a warm reception for Rick. But what about Greg and Stang? In 5 hours outside, Greg Noll still has not made his move. Stang is standing by Greg waiting for that ultimate wave. Someone screamed, "Outside!" And there it was. Greg Noll on a wall a mile long. With no hope of escape, Greg screams across the seething onslaught of hungry fury, knowing that at any second he will be devoured alive. That is unbelievable. Let's watch a slow-motion instant replay of the last part of that harrowing ride again to see just what happened. Greg, with his feet far apart for maximum stability, is driving far ahead of the giant comber. He wants out, but there is no out. The feathering top lip of the wave has entrapped him down inside. In spite of his fantastic speed, the whole world is closing in on him. Just ahead, the steep up-thrust catapults Greg into space. There. And the green monster eats him alive. Follow his board now as it reverses course up to the wave and goes into orbit. A 50-pound elephant gun floating through space like a feather. Outside PipeLine is definitely something else. There was no real pot of gold or even blue chip stamps. But I know 4 brave surfers who feel a whole lot richer inside. Frenchie gave Rick a